Hey, it's Mike over at fishyourassoff.com, and today what we're doing is just showing you the proper technique for walking the dog. What I have is a Zara Spook. I think it's a super spook, so it's the bigger version. They're a great lure for morning walking the dog on for topwater before the sun gets up too high. And the key is just getting a nice rhythm with your rod tip. So your bait's just going to go backwards and forwards. It can be a down rhythm like this, or it can be an up rhythm like this. Doesn't really matter. It's just all you're trying to do is get that nose back and forth, back and forth. A nice little rhythm, because it's sending out vibrations. It's got noise makers in it. So it actually is a great way to find fish. It kind of calls them over to you. Not a lot of action here at sunrise this morning. I don't see anything dying anyways, which is usually a great sign, right? But there's little glass minnows. Don't see any mullet. So this is a perfect bait when you are trying to cast up into the mullet schools. So I have a little loop knot right here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but a little loop knot. So it gives this bait a lot more action. I like to take the middle trebles out. So normally they have 3 treble hooks. I take the middle one out because it's usually just a problem anyways. And when these wear out, I always switch them to single hooks anyways. But yeah, that's really it. It's probably one of the most successful topwater ways to go ahead and catch these things, especially right at sunrise. If you're looking, got the sun coming up right this second. You know, that first hour of light is usually about the best hour there is, and that last hour of light, at least for me anyways, using top water. But that's it. That's how you do it. I'm gonna keep doing some casting. Hopefully there'll be a fish video attached to this walking the dog video. Wish me luck. So another thing to remember when you're walking the dog, with some topwater lure, is when you throw it out there, at first, you just let it sit for a few seconds. So you see how we probably can't with the GoPro, but you wait for the ripples to kind of go away from it, because a lot of times that'll attract something over, a snook or redfish or whatever it is. So you wait a few seconds. It comes over and looks at this thing that just landed in their territory, and as soon as you start to twitch it, a lot of times you'll get a hit right away. So now you don't see any ripples around the lure anymore. Now you start it, and a lot of times right now you'll get that hit right away. Just another thing to keep in mind if you're using this technique to to fish top waters first thing in the morning. There are lots of different walking the dog type baits out there, but I kind of like these Zara Spooks. I don't know, maybe because I grew up with them as a kid, catching bass on them in freshwater. But either way, you're looking for the same shape. Basically, there's no lip. You see, no lip. It's basically just a just this cylindrical thing with just kind of even. It tapers in the back, and all you're trying to do is get the thing to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And you notice too, it's got rattlers in it. Yeah, so this is going to attract the fish, for maybe 50 feet away, even more maybe. It's sending out so many vibrations. So they're really good lures to use, really good lures. But again, you want to take out that middle treble hook, because especially with a snook or some of these other trout, it really tears them up, these treble hooks. So they're basically dead by the time you get off all of these 9 different barbs out of them, especially if they swallow it deep. So that's a good idea a lot of times. You're not going to miss any fish because of that front one or the back one's going to catch them. There you go. The Zara Super Spook.